Peace to the family. This is Soul Consciousness TV. This is King Normer, and we're back again with another lecture. Today we're going to talk about cloning, and this is going to be a part 1. But in this particular lecture, I would like to speak on Hitler and the occult. A lot of people don't know that Hitler ran into a group of advanced people on this earth, and he also studied in Africa for at least 4 years. He studied with a group of Aryans, and that is how he learned how to use the swastika and understood the meaning of the swastika. Hitler was involved in a lot of shit. So let's understand that Hitler had already studied in Africa and was an adept student. So he was already very knowledgeable on the numerous things, like numerous subject matters. The dude was brilliant, And I know people are asking, Hitler brilliant? This dude was a mass murderer. Okay, that's one aspect of it. But let's talk about the other things, the other hidden mysteries, or the other occult sciences behind Hitler and the occult. So basically, Hitler, studied in Africa. He got advanced knowledge. Very, 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 very intellectual. He was a political genius, a military tactician. A lot of people would say that, he was wrong for killing the Jews and killing a group of people. But Hitler understood who the real Jews were. He understood that the Jewish were an abomination, and that they would one day, which they are now, come to control the world, and he was trying to stop that from becoming. But a lot of people want to know about Hitler and stem cells, cloning, alien technology, and spacecrafts. Well, a lot of people know about the Antarctica Treaty, or the Antarctica Treaty, or the Treaty of Antarctica. Basically, in Antarctica, it is forbidden to pass. It is strictly forbidden to pass because that's where the Nephilim giants and the fallen angels and a lot of alien spacecrafts and advanced technology is stored and hidden underneath in a subterranean area. This is why Hitler knew to escape over to Antarctica when he was doing his campaign and was beefing with the United States or the Americas, because he knew that he could inhabit life underneath there because he came into contact with an advanced group of people on this earth. In other words, aliens or extraterrestrials. Hitler had also got knowledge, supreme knowledge, on cloning, stem cells, because cloning started in the 1930s and the 1940s, especially with Hitler. If we're talking about a historical timeline that we can fathom within the last few centuries. We're not going to go far back as to talk about the Comedics or the Egyptians or Dr. Yaqub or the Temple of Seti I, which I've already explained in several different lectures. We're going to keep it to this timeline. In 1936 in Germany, a lot of people have saw or seen a spaceship or a UFO crash. That was not a true UFO, because a real UFO is a light being and it cannot crash because it is pure light energy. That was Hitler and his group of people experimenting. Hitler was also responsible for the Angel of Death experiments. This is when they were basically taking Siamese twins or twins, when and when not, and basically sewing them together and trying to form a mutated or an advanced mutation of human beings or humanoids, doing all types of crazy shit. So we know about the Angel of Death experiments. We know about Hitler and the occult. Basically Hitler, studying in Africa and getting advanced knowledge, studying with the Aryans, and taking on the Swastika. We also know about Hitler during the time of his campaign and when he was in beef with the Americas and when he was with war with the powers that be, or whatnot, even though he was with the powers that be, but that falls in the 48 laws of power. You know, you gotta fund your enemy because you want to know what he or she is doing at all times and keep dabs on them. So we know that he went to Antarctica and that he basically inhabited that area underneath there with the Soviets or with the Nazis, what and whatnot. So yeah, with the Nazis, what and whatnot, you know, Hitler had basically inhabited that area, and that's where they started experimenting, doing the Angel of Death experiments, creating super soldiers. They were cloning, you know, using stem cells, what and whatnot, all types of technology, and that's where a lot of that stem cells and other things come from. But cloning is not what you really think it is. It is also a transference of consciousness, and when you transfer a person's consciousness, not only does it fuck things up on a third dimensional plane, it fucks things up in the ethers and in the quantum world. So now you have different realms of manifestation, parallel universes that are fucked up. See what I'm saying? Because you've done an unnatural act. You know, you've manipulated and have copied a carbon body. People don't understand the metaphysical and quantum properties of cloning and how it exists within the universe and on many different planes and on many different realms. So, you know, it also came into, you know, divine wisdom of, you know, cloning and basically alien technology and making spaceships. So you better believe that Hitler knew about the fallen angels. He knew about the Greys. He definitely knew about the reptilians. Hitler was very advanced, you know. Cloning's been going on since the 1930s, since the 1940s. And, you know, a lot of people know that Hitler was on it. A lot of people know that Hitler was on it. But once again, in 1936, when the UFO crashed in Germany, that was Hitler and the Occult. You know, they were experimenting, you know, and that one had crashed, would and would not. Because a true UFO is a light being and it cannot crash because it is pure light energy. And at the time of Hitler's death, a lot of people think that that was a real Hitler that died. No, he gave one of his clones. Hitler had died of natural causes and had mutated, you know, like fucked up, horrible death. You know what I mean? But basically, that's part 1 of cloning. And this is going to be, you know, called Hitler and the Occult, cloning part 1. I will come back with a part 2, and I'll probably title that the Cloning Center, or Celebrities in the Cloning Center, or Clone Celebrities. Most of your celebrities are already dead. But this is King Norman. This is Soul Conscious TV. This is the lecture for the day. Like and subscribe, family. Ashe.